what I would do today is to give you an a feel of what basically is intended in EHB2. What is the purpose? What we want to convey, right? And then we will formally go into the details, lecture by lecture. So today I just want to kind of present a feel of what we are intending when we are going through this course on EHB2. So let me briefly introduce that, and then if there are questions, we can, of course, take it up. We can take it up as we go on, so we don't have to wait for the questions. So, but I will keep this presentation at the focus and would respond to your questions in the context of this presentation. So if you look at the background, when we were going through UHB1, the foundation course on universal human values, we realized a few things which I have just written down here for recalling. I will not discuss this in too much of detail. When we come to this lecture-wise discussion, we will take them up in more detail. I'll just read it, and you are all very kind of comfortable with these points anyway, so I'll just run through. So if we look at the background, we have been able to see that we exist as human beings and we want to live a fulfilling life. And we have some desires and we have some programs for its fulfillment. So very simple statement, but many things are formulated through this. I will not discuss in detail, but now you all are aware of it, that we as human beings have certain desires, certain purpose, certain objectives, and we want to have a program to fulfill those purpose. And when we are able to fulfill that purpose, we feel fulfilled about it. So we have a fulfilling life. So all this we have been looking through in UHB1. Then it is important for us to understand our basic aspiration and program for its fulfillment correctly and comprehensively. So we have seen this point that yes, we have desires, we have purpose, we have program, which we are already engaged into. But have we understood them correctly? Have we understood our purpose properly, our aspirations properly? And do we have some definite program to ensure the fulfillment of those aspirations, those purpose? So if we want to do that fulfillment, then we need to understand our aspiration and we need to understand the program for its fulfillment properly. So that is what we are saying, correctly and comprehensively. Only then we can ensure the fulfillment. So these two important points is what we have been running through in UHB1. So the main content of UHB1 has been, can we decide our purpose, our aspiration, and can we decide our program for the fulfillment of this purpose, these aspirations? So this has been the core subject of EHB1. Now what we want to do in UHB2 is to go in depth or further depth, I would say, that whatever we have studied in UHB1, certain basic conclusions we have been able to draw, right? But now we can go deeper into it and make certain more meaningful and in-depth conclusions so that it will become easier for us to live according to this understanding and ensure fulfillment for ourselves. So this is what we intend to do in UHB2. With this, now if you look at this goal of EHB, again, I'll just briefly mention this and I'll come back when we are talking about it in the proper, lecture. So we are saying, if you look at the goal of this course, there are three things. Number one, to explore the human reality. To explore the human reality and so explore about the human being, about its aspiration, basic aspirations and its fulfillment. Until now, we have been focusing on the human being as such, which includes coexistence of self and body. But now we want to focus on the self. Right. So to explore the human reality, its being, basic aspiration, its fulfillment, particularly the self in more depth. This we want to do because when we do the further investigation, we find that self is central to human existence. This is one important thing that we have to understand through UHB2, that when we talk about human being, of course it is coexistence of self and body, but it is the self which is central to human existence. Body is used just as an instrument. So this is one important, point that we want to clarify through EHB2. Then second is to explore deeper into the nature and existence which is as coexistence. And when we do that, we realize that coexistence is central to existence. So if you look at the existence, the central theme or central thing is coexistence. And then we can see that everything that we see in nature and existence is the natural expression and unfolding of this coexistence. So this is very interesting. As we go on, we will see that if we look at the existence as such, it is in the form of coexistence. And it is this coexistence which is expressing itself in the form of harmony, in the form of relationship, in the form of order. So all these are expressions of this coexistence in different ways. So the basic thing in existence is coexistence, which we have to understand. So this is the second thing that we want to understand in depth through this course. The third thing is that if we understand these two things, if we understand that self is central to human existence, and if we understand that coexistence is central to existence, then we can understand the role of human being in the light of these two things. And what is that role? It is to understand the coexistence, which is central to existence, and then to have the feeling and the thought of coexistence. So number one is to understand this coexistence, and then to have the feeling and thought of coexistence in the self. So self, which is central to human existence, we have to ensure these two things in the self. That is understanding of coexistence and the thought of coexistence. And second, the first is understanding of coexistence, and second is having the feeling and thought of coexistence. So this is my basic role as human being at the level of self. And when it comes to expression of it through the body, then to live in coexistence in mutual relationship with human being and the rest of nature. So at the level of self, it is understanding the coexistence and feeling and thought of coexistence. At the level of self and body, it is in terms of living in coexistence in mutual relationship. And this mutual relationship includes both human being and the rest of nature. So this is what we want to look into, explore, investigate in depth, and understand these three important realities. So this is what we will do all through the course on UHB 2. With this now, if we see, we had also seen when we were discussing into this human aspiration and its fulfillment, we had seen that knowingly, unknowingly, we have assumed some purpose in life, and we have some program for the fulfillment of that purpose. And this setting up of the purpose and program depends upon our assumption about two things: about ourselves, the human being, and about the nature, the existence. So whenever we look at how we decide our purpose and how we decide our program, we can see that it depends upon what is my understanding, or in a sense of understanding, what is my assumption about human being, and what is my understanding or assumption about the nature, about the existence. So this is going to play a very important and central role. So we should try understanding this. So if you look at this, we can see that we had some set of assumptions about the human being and about the existence before we started working with the foundation course on UHB. And we can also see that when we went through the process of exploration, we are still going on, then there are a lot of modifications taking place in our assumption about the human being and about the existence. And these assumptions are getting modified. These assumptions are getting modified based on understanding that we are getting through the process of self-exploration. So next what we will do is we'll try to look at some of this shift that is taking place in our assumption about human being and about the nature, the existence. So this is very core thing that we have to understand, because everything else depends upon this. So depending upon what is my understanding or assumption about human being, about myself, and what is my understanding or assumption about the existence, I decide for my participation in this existence, in this nature. I decide for my goal and my program for its fulfillment. So let us look at this, what shift, what modification must have taken place in you, in each one of us, when we were working on this self-exploration through UHB 1. Yes. So if you look at the shift before UHB 1 and after UHB 1, before UHB 1, we thought human being is equal to body. And we have put a question mark there because different people may have different assumption about human being when they start with this work on UHB 1. So we have put a question mark there. So you have to find out for yourself what has been your assumption about the body, about the human being. Was it that it is just the body? Was it that it is something more than the body? So that we are keeping open. But after UHB 1, after going through this exploration, we are able to see that human being is not just the body, but it is coexistence of self and the body. So this is one important shift in my assumption about human being. Similarly, if you look at the assumption about the existence, probably it was that this existence, this nature is material. So it is a material world or world of material. And that's it. But that also we have put under a question mark because different people may have different set of assumptions to begin with. But once we go through this process of USP1, we are able to see that this existence is in the form of coexistence, which is in the form of units submerged in space. And when we look at the units, there are two different types of units. One is material and the other is consciousness. So material units and consciousness units. So this is another shift which is taking place in terms of my assumption about or understanding about the existence. And if these two changes take place in my perception, in my understanding or assumption, then the purpose and program will automatically change. So before ESB1, probably the program was happiness, to get happiness, and to get this happiness through sensation or through feeling from others. So this is what the general, kind of perception today, but we have put it in question mark because different traditions, different cultures have different assumptions about the role of human beings. That will keep it open. But after ESB1, we could see that yes, we as human beings want continuity of happiness and prosperity. And that happiness is to be in a state of harmony. Happiness is to be in a state of harmony. And ultimately, we want continuity of happiness and prosperity. So we did extensive exploration into this purpose, and you must still be doing it. So this is the conclusion, that the purpose of human being is happiness and continuity of happiness. Continuity of happiness and prosperity. Now, depending upon the purpose, then we have program. So before we had this program, is that if happiness comes through sensation or through feeling from others, then I have to do something to ensure these two things. And for both of them, we thought that physical facility is the source. And therefore, our program was largely accumulation of physical facility. And if you ask how much physical facility, we thought it was unlimited. So we wanted unlimited physical facility. And therefore, we were busy accumulating it. So if you look at the program today, most of us have been doing this or busy doing this. But you might be doing something else also, so that question mark there. After USB1, it became clear to us that to ensure continuity of happiness, I have to understand the harmony and I have to live in harmony at all levels of my being. And if you look at these levels of being, it starts with the human being, the individual, then family, society, nature, and ultimately the whole existence. So this is the shift. This is the shift which must have taken place in each one of us through USB 1. We are calling it as shift 1. So this must have taken place, or it is in the process of taking place, the shift about my assumption about human being, about existence, about purpose, about program. So understanding or assumption about all these things must be, getting modified, or must have got modified. So this is something which has happened through EHB 1. Now, if you look at what we expect, this is again, the shift 1 has been kind of drafted, so I'm not going into the details of this. Now, what we intend to do this, I'll come when I take up this regular lecture, I will come into the details of this. Now, what we intend to do in EHB 2 is to work for the further shift, which we are calling as shift 2. So the focus of EHB 2 is to help for the second shift to take place. And that second shift basically is to see that the self is central to human existence and body is used as an instrument. So this is one major shift. Through EHB 1, we could see that human being is not just the body. It is the coexistence of self and body. Now we are saying that though it is coexistence of self and body, it is the self which is playing the central role. And it is using the body as an instrument as and when it wants. So not only that human being is not just the body, but it is coexistence of self and body. And in this coexistence, it is the self which is playing the central role, which is playing the decisive role. And it is using the body as an instrument as and when it finds it important to use. So very important conclusion, because when we thought that human being is equal to body, we were paying our attention to body and working for the fulfillment of the body. When we see that human being is coexistence of self and body, we start working for both of them. And when we see that self is central to human existence, now our focus is on the self, and we also pay attention to the body in the context of the self. So very important shift. When we are in the process of seeing this, basic thing that self is central to human existence and body is used as an instrument, the basic thing that we are going to say and explore is that the need of the self is continuous happiness. Right. So need of human being is continuous happiness, which is the need of the self. So if you look at the human purpose, it is continuous happiness. And if you look at the need of the self, it is continuous happiness. So this need for continuous happiness is basically the need of the self. And how is this fulfilled? It is fulfilled by ensuring right understanding in the self ensuring right feeling and thought in the self, which can be reduced to understanding the coexistence and feeling and thought of coexistence, where in the self, right? And both these are activities of the self, not the body. Right understanding is an activity of the self. Right feeling and right thought is an activity of the self. So if you look at the human purpose, the need, it is continuous happiness, which is basically the need of the self. And this purpose, this need is fulfilled by having right understanding, right feeling, and right thought, which are the activities of the self. So basically, need of human being is the need of the self, and its fulfillment is by the activities of the self. So in that sense, self is central to human existence. Body is just used as an instrument in the process. And when we are using the body as an instrument, we definitely take care of it. Right? We take care of its nurturing, protection, and so on. And when we have this right understanding in ourselves, and right feeling and right thought in the self, then this is expressed naturally in the form of mutually fulfilling behavior with human beings, mutually enriching work with the rest of nature, and participation in the larger orders, leading to an human society and all. So this is what is going to happen if we can see and understand that self is central to human existence. If you can see that the need of the human being is basically the need of the self, and it is fulfilled by the activities of the self. So it is in this sense, self is central to human existence. This is the shift which is expected through UHV 2. So this is the purpose of UHV 2, that we should be able to see that human being is coexistence of self and body, and in that coexistence, it is the self which is central to human existence. Body is used just as an instrument. And therefore, when we think of need of this human being or purpose of human being, it is basically the need of self. And when we think in terms of fulfillment of this purpose, this need, we have to work with the activity of the self. That is right understanding in the self, right feeling and right thought in the self. So this is what basically we plan to work on through the course. The same thing has been rewritten here. So through UHV 1, we are saying this movement from human being is body to human being is coexistence of self and body. And through UHV 2, we are moving up to realization of self is central to human existence and body is used as an instrument. This, when we are back to lectures, then we'll take them up in more detail. So if you look at shift through UHV 1 and UHV 2, regarding human being, there is one major shift, that now we can see that self is central to human existence, though it is a coexistence of self and body, but self is central, self is decisive, body is just used as an instrument. When it comes to existence, it is the same thing. When it comes to purpose, previously we thought that continuous happiness and prosperity is the need of human being, the purpose of human being, and happiness is to be in a state of harmony. But now we can see that continuous happiness is basically the need of the human being. Happiness is the need of human being. Continuous happiness is the need of human being. And this happiness is to be in a state of harmony, in a state of coexistence. And now we look back then we find that prosperity is just a part of happiness. Prosperity is just a part of ensuring happiness. That is when we are trying to ensure the harmony with the body, harmony with the rest of nature, then prosperity is a natural outcome of it. So it is a part of this program for continuous happiness. So the basic need of human being is continuous happiness. And therefore the program, now if we see, there is a small shift in the program, small in one sense, but quite significant in another sense. When we get into the details, we will see. So through EHB1, we were able to see that the program for ensuring continuity of happiness and prosperity was to understand and to live in harmony at all levels of my being, starting from human being, family, and nature, existence, and so on. Now we can see that ultimately what it means is to understand the coexistence. Harmony at all levels is basically understanding the coexistence and its expression at different levels. So the program is to understand the coexistence and to have the feeling and thought of coexistence and to live in coexistence. So the central theme is coexistence when we are talking about harmony at different levels of human existence. So at the level of individual, at the level of family, at the level of society, at all these levels, ultimately at the level of nature and existence, the central thing is coexistence. And therefore, basically I have to understand the coexistence and its different expressions. Then I have to have the feeling and thought of coexistence. And these two things are going to happen at the level of self. And then finally, I have to live in coexistence in my mutual relationship with other units in nature, human being or other units. So this is what seems to be the shift that has to take place through UHB2. So basically, if you look at the purpose of UHB2, it is to ensure this shift from what we were after UHB1 or what we are before UHB2. So this is basically the purpose of UHB2, to ensure this shift about our assumption or understanding about human being, about the existence, about the purpose, about the program. This is what we will unfold, explore, investigate, and come to these conclusions. So just to recall, so basically UHB2, with this we intend to realize that the self is centered to human existence and body is used as an instrument. Desire of human being is for continuous happiness, to be in harmony, which is the need of the self. And this is fulfilled by understanding of coexistence, feeling and thought of coexistence, which are the activities of the self. So this is the basic purpose, the theme that will run through the whole course on UHB2. So this is what we intend to do. Of course, there is one further shift which is included in what we have said, but it is useful to mention this separately also. That yet another shift, we call it shift 3. And this shift 3 is that now we are able to see that when we look at the existence as a whole, then it is the coexistence which is central to existence. So when you look at the human being, self is central to human existence. When we look at the existence, it is the coexistence which is central to existence. And if I can see this, then I can see that what I have to do as human being, what is my program, is to understand this coexistence, this feeling and thought of coexistence, right, in this self. So understanding of coexistence, feeling and thought of coexistence in this self is central for continuous happiness in this self. So when we start paying attention to the self, which is central to human existence, we can realize that this is what we have to do. We have to ensure this understanding of coexistence in this self and feeling and thought of coexistence in this self. And when we say coexistence, and when we look at the expressions of this coexistence, it is expressing itself in the form of harmony and in the form of relationships. So basically, it is this coexistence, this harmony, this relationship, which is central to existence. And self is central to human being, human existence. Therefore, in conclusion, we can say that the program of action for human being is to understand this coexistence, this harmony, this relationship in the self, to have the feeling and thought of coexistence, harmony and relationship in the self. And if we can ensure this, we can ensure a state of being in harmony at the level of self continuously, being in a state of happiness in the self continuously. And with this state of happiness, continuous happiness in the self, I can now live in harmony, in coexistence with the entire nature. So living in coexistence, harmony and relationship as human being is central for human conduct in the human being. So from here we can see overall the human being and the existence. We can see that self is central to human existence. Coexistence is central to existence. And therefore, my program of action to ensure continuity of happiness or fulfillment of my need is to understand this coexistence, harmony and relationship. To have the feeling and thought of coexistence, harmony and relationship in the self, which will ensure being in harmony in the self continuously, which will ensure continuity of happiness in the self. And with this state of harmony and happiness in the self, with this feeling of coexistence, harmony and relationship, now I can live in coexistence, harmony and relationship with the world outside. And that is what is human conduct. So this is what we intend to work on through EHB2. This is the purpose of this course on EHB2. So this is what I wanted to share from my side. Now, if there are